Importance of in macroeconomics. The basic points of in macroeconomics is for the total output and total consumption, total savings and total income, so etc. for is called the macroeconomics. The macroeconomics scope of macroeconomics. First of all, the importance of macroeconomics, scope of macroeconomics, the limitations of in macroeconomics. That's all the important point of the first chapter is the questions for only 2 marks, 3 marks, 5 marks, compulsory questions suitable for the today talk about the scope of macroeconomics. What do you mean of macroeconomics? The macroeconomics was a large, okay. So whole next one, national income. The national income, the previous years you calculating for the national income C plus G plus I, the example national income is calculating for the whole activities for the countries, import and exports and trade facilities, the bank activities, the calculating for the basics needs, the all activities, the comparison for the national income activities. Next of all, for the inflation. What do you mean of inflation? The inflation is the basic concept. The inflation is the too much of money chasing the too few goods. Examples for the general price levels also increases. General price levels also increases for the consumer index, and the price index is the needs to the price level index is the calculating in the inflation level. The inflation is the control the Indian economy. The inflation is the control the maximum for the macroeconomic data is the control the inflation. Next one for the business cycle. The business cycles, the rich countries and poor countries, the basic problems the industry started the business cycle. Examples for the business cycles, comparisons for the this diagram. Okay, business cycles, the important point of business cycles. Examples for boom, recession, depreciation and recovery. Okay, example of business cycle. First one, the scope of macroeconomics. Third point for the business cycle. Only small content, boom, recession, depreciation, recovery. What do you mean of boom? Boom is the big level. The big level, boom is the big levels. Example for full employment. Full employment is also for the full income, the high income is also high investments for the high savings is the high output, and high output for the high consumption. So all of the boom is the first, the business activity for the first decisions. Okay, second decision, what is a recession? Also booms the next level for the bottom of the lines for the recessions. Okay, the recessions are against for the vice versa. Example for full employment. Yeah, underemployment, unemployment process, low level employment process. Okay, low income, low process. This is a poverty cycle is a comparison for the other chapters. Okay, so boom, recessions are the next level for the recession. So next level for the market oriented for the industries activity depreciation. The depreciation for the below level activities for the no changes the activity, no booms, no recession. The depreciation are very low level, only poverty decisions. Okay, next one for the recovery meaning for the all activities changes for the recovery changes. The recovery changes the final stages the business cycle. First of all, the business cycle is scope of macroeconomics. Business cycle first booms, recessions and depreciation and recovery. Suitable for the diagrams. The example for the diagrams. First of all, for the recession, the point of the industry, whole economics for the business cycle started only one first starting point of the recession. Recession meaning for low of investment, low of employment, low of consumptions, low of outputs. First started in the recession points. So next one, boom. So all activities for the growth and development for the growth is the boom activities. The boom activities for the sudden changes, the slow level activities in the depreciation. Depreciation for the below level activities for the unemployment. Okay, low level of income. So low level of income is also for the low level of savings, low level of consumption, savings and the investment. So finally for the depreciation level. So also for the recovery is the top of the line. Recovery is the top of line. So also business cycles for the recession, booms, depreciation. The finally for the recession recovery activities. The recovery activities for the sudden small changes and small depreciation for the removed activity for the small changes. Full employment, unemployment for the low level of employment and low income, low interest. And low interest rate, low savings and low consumption. It is called the business cycles. That would be third point, the scope of macroeconomics for the business cycle. So another point, the fourth point is the poverty and unemployment. What do you mean of poverty? The poverty is the same process: low income and low consumption, low interest rate, low savings and low investment. That is called the poverty. The poverty is also finally for the low. So finally for the underemployment process in the poverty. So comparison for the rich country and poor country. On the poor country and rich country, basic concept for the rich country and poor country, basic needs the suitable policies for the macroeconomic policies, poverty and unemployment. But in poverty and unemployment, the major problem to resolve the economic paradoxes for the rich country and poor countries. The basic is the poverty and unemployment. Next topic for the scope of macroeconomics. So the fifth point is the economic growth. The basic concept for the economic growth. Rich country and poor country comparisons for the so also developing, underdevelopment and growth. The between care for the sustainable development. The economic growth, the basic concept, the macroeconomics analysis for the all sectors, the comparison for the import and exports, all activities for the four sectors for primary sector, secondary sectors and the service sector. So it's also allied sector. The comparison analysis for the economic growth. So macroeconomics is suitable for the economic growth activities. Next one, economic policies. The economic policy is suitable for the macroeconomic studies. The macroeconomic policy is suitable for the solve the basic all problems. So economic situation today is a lot of problems. Obstacles are removing for the achievement for the economic growth. What do you mean of economic obstacles? Economic obstacles, basic concept for the underemployment and unemployment, inflation, deflation, to remove for the all activities. The data calculating for the macroeconomic data. So maximum precautionary measures, the suitable policies, the economic growth is the policy. So today talk about the scope of economic. First of all, national income. Second point, inflation. Third one, business cycle. Fourth one, poverty and unemployment. Fifth one for the economic growth. Sixth one for the economic policies. The scope of macroeconomics is the basic important questions only. The first chapter is only for the 5 mark questions. Basic points is okay. That's all.